Is obedience to God really more important than happiness? I was watching a video about a very prominent person who used to be on the New Age side and has more recently converted to Christianity and the Bible and Jesus. And it seems like they exchanged their happy life of success for a life of obedience to the God of the Bible. And to me that seemed very sad, because I have taken the opposite path and have left the God of the Bible for the greater Christ consciousness that is me. And so yeah, I look at these things now and evaluate what is really true. And so, with my opening question, is obedience to God more important than our personal happiness? The problem is that with the veil upon our mind, we look through a lens that separates everything, and our mind has God separated as a different being, a deity that we are here to serve and obey and give our praise and energy to. And in our mind we have elevated God far above, in the distance from us. And so we operate through this paradigm of separation and duality. And we will stop doing everything for ourselves and one another in order to do as quote unquote sacrifice to God as a deity in the sky. And we keep separating and splitting our life. And we keep dividing between our happiness and God's happiness. And it can go to ridiculous extents and extremes, because we have lost sight of the true nature and true essence of God. God is not a man. God is not a human being. But if we could see and perceive God as the energy and vibration and frequency that it is, the intelligent consciousness that is on all things, in all things, and through all things, as it says in one of the Bible verses. That the essence, the consciousness of God permeates everything, so that it becomes inseparable. If we had this understanding and cognition, we would not make these extreme life choices of trying to please God while destroying our personal life often. That's not how God is pleased. That happens because we see God as a separate being that demands to be worshipped and pleased and obeyed, rather than seeing the essence of God in everything. Rather than seeing God in everything as everything, and being connected through that everything to every blade of grass and every tree and every animal and every person, and thereby, through the connectedness, we serve God, and we can do so through happiness. In fact, when you feel the joy of life and the happiness and the joy of the things that you do in life, that is serving God and obeying God, rather than obeying the literal commandments in a book and turning into the doldrums of obeying things that and doing things that literally go against your soul, the flow in your soul. We call it obedience to God. That is hell. That is hell, and our bodies will even testify to that, because we're going to end up living so unhappy if we take the Bible too literal, that our body is going to rebel against us because of the unhappiness, the state of unhappiness that we feel. It works disease. It works disease and disease in our bodies, and our cells respond to the untruths of such disconnected, separate living. It's an unhealthy way of living for God if we try to do it from this separation consciousness. In oneness, absolute consciousness, and being connected with everything, we don't separate our actions from our heart's desires and our thoughts. It all becomes one, and we become one holistic being that functions and acts from a whole sense of being. So, obedience versus happiness. I say follow happiness, and God will be very happy with you.